mentioned them having access to the incredible civilizational asset that India has, which is the brain power of its youth dividend. That could be an incredible opportunity for talent harvesting, similar to the predatory soul harvesting for conversion rackets that we know goes on in Bharat. And by the way, if anyone wants to know more about these, please watch this great video here by two talented Indian Christian leaders, Esther Danraji and Jerome Antoji. And if the link's not there, it will definitely be down below. So back to the talent harvesting. Who would own the intellectual property of the discoveries that are made? And I ask this question because we talked about the track record of knowledge plagiarism, and you mentioned yoga, and in fact the whole Hindu metaphysical framework currently is in the process of being digested. That doesn't really bode very well. So how would we prevent that? And what types of checks and balances do we need to have in place?
The strongest we possibly can. I mean, the question you asked, so simply, so clearly, who owns the IP should be asked. That's it. I would ask that question right at the outset, because as you've mentioned, it's the talent which is indigenous to Bharat. It's the effort of the families of those children, the efforts of all the temples and the priests and the teachers and the gurus and the rishis and the swamis, which have created a generation who are healthy, who have the capacity to concentrate for long periods of time. You can give them a difficult problem and they will dive into it and produce the most amazing solutions. Who owns all of that? It doesn't just belong to the individuals, the students themselves. It belongs to Bharat and the Indian community. The output of that brain power, the output of those efforts, the output of all of that deep understanding of how to study and to look for solutions, it should, in part, if not in whole, be owned by the Indian people themselves. It's the property of the people, the citizens of India. If anything, what should then happen is any discoveries could be licensed to Harvard, to American entities, but the ownership of the IP, the control of the IP, to give it, to deny it, should rest in the hands of the Hindus, the Indians, the indigenous population of Bharat, without a doubt. I would love to be the fly on the wall at the table where negotiations are being conducted and that simple question asked, who would own the IP? That's at the heart of it. What do they say? When money talks, BS walks, or something like this. A friend of mine tossed that. He was an American gentleman as well. I think that's a wonderful principle to share with the Minister of Education.
Yes, let's hope those conversations have taken place.
I hope so. And if they haven't, perhaps we can stimulate them.
Yes, quite right.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.